to it. Well, I think it's going to come to an end. No, he went out of bounds. That's right. 4 seconds. As the ball is on the 35-yard line. That's right. Going out of bounds. Stop the clock there. Morton's got a couple of receivers on the far side.
Timeout, Harlingen.
Okay, so they're going to take a timeout with only 4 seconds to go on the clock. And right now the score: the Wildcats 7 and the Hawks nothing.
Coach, what do you see right now for the defense for Coach Guzman's defense?
Well, I see some pressure, but when you're pressuring the quarterback, you have to contain him and know where he's at. That's twice he's kind of got out of there and made some positive yards. They're doing a good job on Steven Rodriguez. He hasn't had anything big yet, and they complete one pass so far.
Yeah,
but if you look back, though, it's second possession for Harlingen, and Harlingen South, and Weslaco East has only had one possession, and we're almost at the end of the first quarter.
And that's an indication of how this game is going to go. It's going to go by really fast. But what I see was the DBs on this drive especially doing their job and making sure anytime they want to go out and pass, it's going to be very difficult for them to complete a pass. So what does that leave? One option is to run the ball.
Right.
And now that that quarterback Jimmy Morton doing a great job getting loose and then finding that open space.
I'll tell you something here. When we get started with the next quarter, something I'm noticing on the backs of the helmets here for Weslaco East. I saw an article on TV about it. As they send the man in motion, Navy and South, they fired out that way, got the man at the 35, 30, inside down to the 25, and, well, he's on his way.
Great effort by number 52 on the
Number
tackle.
8, James Carpio on the reception from Jimmy Morton from number 7 to number 8, and breaking a tackle. So as the quarter comes to an end, our score is, after one, the Wildcats 7 and the Hawks nothing.
It looks like he's having a good time.
Guys, on TV, I saw an article the other day about a new thing they're putting on the back of helmets. I don't see them tonight. They're like a little sensor that checks for concussions and stuff, things like that. But it's some kind of a high-tech device that a sensor they put on the helmet. I don't see it on either team here tonight, but they're trying to do a lot of use technology to help out with concussions.
Probably a financial thing. I mean, to buy 100 of those probably costs you a little bit of money.
Exactly. Morton under center. Pitch back. And, horse collar at about the 15-yard line.
I see Morton leading the blocking up there in the front.
That was Steven Rodriguez, gain of maybe a couple on the play.
And big number 73, Danny Romero on the tackle.
You see Rodriguez he took it down in a hurry. Who was that? For 52 on the stop, or was that?
Also, yes.
Santos Garcia.
Yeah.
Santos. So the ball is down to the 15-yard line. Second down and about 6 or 7 yards to go here. But Hawks are trying to answer back from the touchdown scored against them by the Wildcats. And let's see what they can do here to start the second quarter. Morton again out of the shotgun. Looking to his right, rolling to his right. And into the end zone. And almost caught and didn't drop. Thought they had a touchdown for a minute, but broken up that time.
Big hit by J.C. Vargas, the freshman we were talking about earlier.
And J.R. Villarreal also on the side. Yep.
JR had an interception last week against San Benito in this kind of field position. So
who are they throwing to? Alec Garza?
If they had not hit him as hard as they did, that ball would have been caught for a touchdown.
Yeah,
but right there,
he got
that was
hammered
J.R.
pretty good.
Villarreal with the initial hit.
Alec Garza, the intended receiver.
Remember, 25's in the game for Harlingen South. They're going to try to get him the ball.
So right now we got third down and about 8 yards to go. And we have another timeout, looks like, out in the field.
Now that's their second timeout, Joey, in this drive.
A 3rd and 8. I mean, you got a lot of stuff that you can do, especially if you got on the 15-yard line. You're in the red zone. What would you call?
Well, with this offense, I would probably call something like they just ran, where you have a sprint out option for Jimmy Morton. If he can get the edge and their people aren't wide open for a touchdown, he can run it in.
Yeah, and I agree. That's been the most successful plays when Jimmy Morton was creative with his feet.
Well, right now, South is going through this mental thought process that we need to get points here because we may not get the ball back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that'd be something that we talked about earlier, is that hey, the humidity may play a big part in the fact that if our defense is going to be out there that long, and they also play offense, we need to stop them at one point. We need to match them score for score.
They don't have a lot of players. So here we go after the timeout. Both teams coming back on the field after talking to their coaching staffs. The ball is back at about the 16-yard line. Looks like it's going to be about second down and about 8 here. Morton in the backfield. Looks like he's got one man with him. And he rolls to his left this time. Now he fades back. Going to throw into the end zone again. Overthrows the ball. That could have been an interception, but it was actually thrown to nobody, I guess.
They got some pressure on him, and they had decent coverage. So this is all you can ask for from your
rolling
defense.
To his right, throwing back to his, rolling to his left, throwing back to his right.
And you gotta like the fact that they kept him in the pocket. They didn't allow him to go out and run free like he had been doing.
And field goal's a win for the defense right here.
The 4th down and 8. Yep, they're going to try one at about the 22-yard line. This would be a 32-yarder if he makes it. And who we have kicking for South? 32-yarder. The snap is down. The kick is up and got the distance. No good. So
wide left.
The 32-yarder attempted by the Harlingen South kicker is wide to the left. So I would say the old cliche goes that we dodge a bullet here.
Well, Coach, as an offensive line has been doing such a big job right now pushing the defensive line backwards, and you end up with no points.
Nothing.
After a long drive like that, you're huffing and puffing. You're going and trying to get some water to replenish what you've wasted. I mean, that's demoralizing to a certain extent.
Yeah,
so
that's
East will take over the ball, 1st and 10 on the 20-yard line. Let's see who's going to be the featured back on this drive, because with East, they have a lot of ways to go. Hand off. Back at about the 20. They're going to lose about 3 or 4 yards on the play. That's Lupe Marone. And from the 20, let's see where they're marking. I think about the 17-yard line, -3.
Yeah, broke the initial tackle and then kept on going, and just too much pressure by South.
That play developed very slow.
Yeah, somebody shot through there unblocked, though. I mean, you can't leave your back with a defender back there.
Loss of about 2 or 3 yards on the play. The scoreboard says 2nd and 12. So let's see what Darren Rivas has got cooked up for the Hawks. He'll work out of a shotgun this time. He's rolling to his right, looking to throw. Got a receiver out there and then overthrows at about the 28-yard line.
Looking for J.R. Villarreal.
Yep, J.R. just a little out of his hands.
Okay, we're playing against the chains now. It's 3rd and 12.
Yep. You know, the fans are starting to bring their banners and pennants to the ballpark, aren't they, Joey?
No,
they know they're on camera with K-West.
Somebody likes signs.
Somebody likes Ryan Navarro, I guess. Yep. Well, speaking of which, Ryan, you got a young lady friend in the stands that likes you.
Yeah, he knows about it.
Okay. Okay. Does his dad know about it?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Darren Rivas again, rolling now. He's going to let the ball up the field and just overthrows. And right now, Rivas a little bit off on the throw. That's going to bring up 4th down.
That's that girl with the sign is an East power lifter. She's a good girl.
Okay. So depending on who the penalty is on, it might still bring up 4th down, and it'll force Weslaco East into a punt situation. So this drive was 3 and out.
Ineligible receiver downfield on the offense. Wow. Penalties declined. 4th down.
4th down and long. Is line of scrimmage is about the 17-yard line.
You know, that's hard to deal with. The kind of drive they just had to come out and then have that happen.
4th down and total. Now who is the kicker for East?
Lupe.
Oh, Lupe Marone. Yeah, that's dangerous too because he can just take off and run if they cheat it. But Marone just kind of sideswipes it, gets it. Nice roll that time inside the 40. It looks like, but not much on it as far as height is concerned.
I think they were trying to get that bounce, and that's exactly what they got. A little short kick, but you don't need much if you get that kind of roll.
Joy, they want you in the stands dancing with the stars.
I think they're right in front of us here.
Oh, are they?
Yeah,
might be. Here we go. The ball is set up at about the 37-yard line. It'll be the Harlingen South Hawks turn to go to work here. Look for Jimmy Morton in the backfield. He's got help with Steven Rodriguez. So 1st and 10 for the Hawks. Haven't scored yet tonight. Hand off to Rodriguez, and he gets nothing.
Hit.
Yeah, he got hit. And here come the rest of the east side, strong side.
That was Daniel Romero.
Yeah, number 73. Yeah, 73. Is that the Ox?
Yeah, it's the Ox.
Okay.
You know, he had a cousin that played offensive line back in 2007 named Ruben Romero.
Okay.
And he's honoring the fammy number 73.
Well,
He's a
Daniel
big guy,
Romero,
Coach.
he hasn't missed dinner too many times.
Good kid.
So here we go. 2nd down and 10. No gain on the play. Steven Rodriguez is finding the going a little bit tougher tonight against the Wildcats than he did a couple of weeks ago against the Panthers. Morton again under center. Kind of an I formation behind him. And handoff again. Still no gain. And that, guess who again?
Ox.
The Ox.
Had some help from number 54. That's Adrian Duran. A lot of young kids playing on the Wildcat defensive line.
What grade is the Ox?
Junior.
Just a junior.
Yeah.
So this is actually a fairly young team in ways.
On defense, it's a very young team.
Okay.
The veterans are on the offensive line.
Who's the coach talking to the
That's
player?
Big Jesse Trevino.
Okay. New guy?
He's been there a couple of years, coaches wrestling, does a great job with the offensive
Now,
line.
what school does he come from?
He actually came from San Benito.
Okay. 38-yard line, gain of 1 on the play. 3rd down and 9. Morton again out of the backfield. Shotgun. Fakes a handoff. He's going to throw under no pressure, but down the field he goes. He has a wide open receiver, and he just can't find him. That was Alec Garza. If that ball is on target, Garza's in for 6.
Yeah, somebody blew a coverage there. They didn't get much pressure.
But what he just overthrows his man there. And he had time to throw.
He throws a pretty ball.
Yep. And really,
25's in the game, guys. What
well,
are they
he
gonna
was in
do?
the game. Yep, he was in
Don't
the
get
game.
him the ball.
And they're trying to get him. They're trying to get him involved somehow.
4th down and 9, and now the Hawks will have to punt it again. Should have Lupe Marone back at about the 25-yard line
It
to.
looks like number 10, Wesley Champion.
Somebody
punting.
different, huh?
No, punting the ball. Wesley
Okay.
Champion.
They picked the ball up. Marone, though, is a returner, I believe.
Yes, he is.
25-yard line, ducks a couple tackles, gets up to about the 30-31. So Lupe Marone gets about 5 yards back on that punt.
Well, I know Coach Brigette right now is concerned about the last drive. He does not like to go 3 and out. He does not like to put the defense in that position. Don't be surprised if we're back coming at him.
Now, that's something dangerous, I think, for Harlingen South. Did you see who was on that punt team? The quarterback.
Quarterback.
Number 7, Morton.
Well, they only got 30-something guys.
Well,
so.
yeah, that's right, but you don't see many quarterbacks. The old days, when I played ball, the quarterbacks would turn around and play a lot of defensive back. Ball at the 31, pitch back, and come up to the 30, maybe the 34, 35.
Looks like Cervantes.
And still on his feet, Alexis Cervantes.
He's doing that step over the dummy drill they do every day in practice. He does a great job getting his feet up.
That's who it is, Alexis Cervantes, number 25.
Watch him step over people here.
Good shift of the ball from the right hand to the left hand.
Balance.
And kept on moving those feet.
And there's Alec Garza, 25 in the ball game. Of course, he's
a defensive
he's not going to hurt us. He's not going to hurt us right now unless he gets in the way of a pass. But who's the big guy in the back there? That
Big Surge.
Big Surge.
Sergio
Okay.
Morales, number 69.
He's a
big
big dude. Here we go. 2nd down and about 6, and
Timeout.
right now, Coach Brigette wants a timeout. He's not happy with what's going on out there.
Offense.
Yeah,
Second
formation
timeout.
problem. You got guys running around trying to figure out what formation they're in, and then that clock's running out, and you've got to take a timeout. Yeah, that upsets the coaching staff because they had a full week of practice. It's not a Thursday night game.
Yeah,
it's a Friday night game.
Yeah,
and they
they've
came
had
off.
an extra day because they went from last Thursday to this Friday.
Right.
You know, and you talked about it earlier, Coach. They come off that 3 and out, and you expect this drive to run a little bit better. The expectations, Coach, getting you during the defensive series, saying, "Hey, we need to do this, we need to do that.
Right.
These are the changes we're going to do," and then you go out there and they don't know where they need to be.
It's a matter of focus and the stuff they work on every day.
But we might as well say it right now. There's only this week and next week left in what I would call the preseason.
Right.
because these games do not affect the district schedule. And the district schedule will start in about 2 or 3 weeks. Darren Rivas brings him up to the line here. Second down, about 6. And the line of scrimmage at about the 36-yard line. Hand off to the back man coming through. Morone, 40, 45, still going to 50. Cuts back against the great 40. Foot race to the 30, to 20, to 10, to 5. Touchdown, Lupe Morone.
Wow,
Did you see that angle, Coach?
Great balance. Well, we've been talking about a couple games now how fast number 25 is, returning kickoffs on reverses. He couldn't catch Lupe with an angle.
And I was going to say, he had the angle on him, and Morone just blew by him like if he was standing still.
Looks like about a 64-yard run. I believe that line of scrimmage was the 36.
And Morone showing his vision right there, knowing where to go.
Yeah, and he's got a mean stiff arm, too, if you remember.
Oh, yeah, and he used it right there.
Yep.
He's a taller, bigger kid than most people think
As we go for the extra point attempt here by the Weslaco kicker.
Number 26, Jose Garcia.
Jose Garcia up and good. And with 7:16 left to go to halftime, the Wildcats have opened it up to 14-0 over the Harlingen South Hawks. Like I said, about a 64-yard run by Lupe Morone.
Great initial block by number 60.
Yeah. Well, whatever Coach Burgett said in that timeout, that forced timeout, I think it got a little fire underneath everybody, and their blocking was a little bit better on that one. Morone, again, showing great vision, knowing where to follow his blocks, turning up at the right time, and then to just turn on the jets and outrun Harlingen South's fastest guy.
I don't know who his coach was for La Villa, but he's done a good job getting this kid ready.
Well, one of the weaknesses that he had, and he'll admit it, was he didn't like to run between the tackles when he first got to East. He got away in 2A, 1A, wherever he was, with running outside.
But he broke some tackles here, and then once he loosened up the field, there was only one man to beat him, and he just pushed him away. Said, "That's Alec Garza. Said, get away, boy."
That's why South's fastest guy.
Yep.
You come to East and you don't want to run between the tackles. I don't think that's going to happen.
The human Fleischwater.
Yeah, he wanted to run up the middle on that one.
All right, we're getting ready to kick off here again. And up the field we go, down to about the 12-yard line, picked up there.
Number
one this time, and to the outside. That stripped the ball away, but I think went out of bounds. Bobby Castro has to be careful there because
Cedar Rojas was on the tackle and caused a fumble, number 15.
Yeah, that's another veteran. Ciro plays a little offense, starts on defense, is on all the kicking games. Great basketball player.
Okay, basketball. Okay.
Yeah, he's a really good basketball player. Got moved up as a sophomore to the varsity. Does a good job.
14-0 here, with 7 minutes exactly to go here in the second quarter. Some of the East faithful are watching the game, watching the dancers behind them.
It's an entertainment venue here.
Yep. 39-yard line, 1st and 10, I formation behind Morton. Hand off to the second man through. No gain this time again.
Is that Danny again?
Oh, yeah, he is. This has been
He's an animal tonight.
He does this in district action. He'll be all district in a hurry.
Along with Evan Lopez, number 10. But right now, Daniel Romero is unblockable.
Yeah, he is. He's getting solo tackles a lot of times. Maybe a gain of half a yard or a loss even maybe of a yard.
Well, that's demoralizing too, Joey. Trying to block him, maybe even double team him, and he's just blowing you up.
Yeah, exactly. 38-yard line, second down about 11. Morton again. If he hands off the ball, right no gain at all. This time on the tackle, big number 68.
Yeah.
Alex Science. And then you look at that play, Terry. Alex Science just blew away as the guy that was blocking him or supposedly trying to block him, and just went and got the tackler. Wow. Or got the running back.
Yeah, Science got him,
huge.
And he ripped him down.
You know, we may be watching a couple of junior defensive linemen grow up right before our eyes.
Man, it's amazing to see what they're doing.
Well, the defensive linemen so far have been the story of the game more than the offense. They have been the dominators for Weslaco East in the game so far. And Morton back with third down and long. Line of scrimmage at about the 38-yard line. Third down to about 11. Got receivers to the near side of the field. He's going to look that way. Now he's going to come down the middle. He's got a receiver and overthrows his man again. And if you're not on your game, That intended for number 2, Jason Martinez, but
And it looks like Jason Martinez kind of hesitated a little bit. That ball, he was trying to lead
it
the
doesn't.
receiver,
But
and the receiver stopped, and by the time he caught up to that ball, it was already past him.
But Morton is not as sharp as he was a couple of weeks ago, and he needs to be.
Well, when your receiver stops, Terry, and you're leading them to where they should be,
Wesley,
that's gonna interrupt your pass no matter what.
Wesley Champion is the punter for Harlingen South.
And Lupe's deep again.
And kick comes down to Marone. Let's see where he feels it. Oh, he's going to let it go.
That's smart.
Inside the 20 to about the 13-yard line.
You're it's about the 11, Terry. But
Oh, they
you're,
went
you're
that
right.
far? Okay.
You're right. That's smart, Joey. But I'm going to guarantee you, he's being told right now, put
Get
up
away
the
from
fair
the ball.
catch and go catch it. Put your hand up.
So 14 to nothing.
He would have probably saved about 7 yards if he had actually gone up there and fair catch the coach. You're right.
Maybe more. But
14 to nothing, 5:18 to go. And I tell you, if Coach Burgett could draw this one up on the playbook, he'd want to use all 5, 4, 18 and just take the drive down to the end zone if he could do it.
he'd be happy to do that, but he'd also be happy to see a 84-yard run or whatever.
Yeah, like
A scoring anyway, I think would be happy.
Marone, yeah. I can't help it if the guy goes 75 yards. Oh. Pitch back. No. Rivas broken play or something because he's still running. He's still going up over the 20 to the 25, 26-yard line.
A total broken play. A toss sweep was called to Angel or Alejandro. They're both in the game together right now.
Well, he made a lot out of it, but
yeah, that was totally ad-libbed.
I mean, you were talking about the pitch out going one way, and then Darren Lee was supposed to go the other way.
He turned, and there was nobody to pitch it to.
we must have all the dancers in Weslaco in the house tonight.
Wasn't it the homecoming or something?
25-yard line, pitch back, coming to the 20-25. And on his feet, different man. This
Alejandro.
Yep.
It's Alejandro Flores.
Alejandro Flores.
And the lead blocker, his twin brother.
Number 12 on the carry. No, this is not homecoming for Weslaco East. But
well, I mean.
Parents' night.
Parents' night, yeah. The parents are in the house tonight watching.
There you go. I knew it was
That's
something.
just as important to me. Parents' night is just as important as homecoming.
Coach, all you knew was a lot of parking that was not available.
The ball up
was full sooner.
Ball up at the 28-yard line, and pitch back again.
That's
behind
what
the
they were
blocking,
trying to run.
30, 35-yard. Oh, get out of my way up to the 40-yard line. That's what you call a power back there.
And you know who we ran over?
25.
Alec Garza.
Lupe has outran him and then run over him.
I love it when a back like that will run over
Nice cut block
a
right
tackler.
there.
Jimmy Brown, that played for the Cleveland Browns, was
Boom.
probably the best there ever was at running over guys.
And he was ready to tackle him.
Hey, 5 yards after contact.
I'll tell you another guy.
That's amazing.
I'll tell you another guy you might remember, John, that was good at running over backs was Larry Zonka.
The Zonk?
Yeah, the Zonk.
You can't forget Earl Campbell.
Earl Campbell.
Earl Campbell would knock you down too.
Yeah.
At the 40, handoff again, 45, spinning, 48, 49-yard line.
What a nice move at the end of that run to get about 3 or 4 more yards on that one.
Alexis has great feet.
The guy that would spin away from you would be Barry Sanders.
Oh, you couldn't touch. You could catch Barry in flag football.
He'd do a 360. Yeah.
Hey, don't get Coach started on his OU State guys.
On who?
Understand who
I corrected myself, Coach.
but you understand who he also played for besides his old school.
The Detroit Lions.
Yep. Up the middle they come. Down.
Right,
That's Ryan
Ryan
Navarro. Down to about the 44-yard line. Ryan, and he came to his number namesake there to the 44.
And just when you think you're going to cover the guys on the outside, big Ryan Navarro up the middle.
The last 2 years, Ryan's been a big part of this offense.
Well, this is the
and
guy who
year
will run.
he's been a blocker.
Yeah, this guy will run.
He's been a big component in making sure that you can spring the fast guys, but up the middle, it's been just as dangerous.
He'll run you over too. Breaking tackles up. Looks like Cervantes, I believe, inside the 45 to about the 40, maybe no gain. I guess they got him really before he got any yardage that time.
We're starting to get some fog up here.
The humidity,
Yeah, the humidity's starting to form on the windows.
Yeah, a little bit. Humidity. I'm trying to say something different, but that's how it came out. Humidity.
That's 2nd and 10, Terry.
All right. 2nd down, 10 yards to go. And Rivas hands off. No gain again. So the 44, that's where Navarro got a couple plays ago, and that's where they stuck Lupe Marone there on the carry. But now it's third down and 10 from the 44. And on the replay, you just got no yardage. Give credit to the Hawks there, because
I'm guaranteeing you Coach Brigette and staff are thinking we need half of this, because in this field position, they'll go for it on 4th down.
exactly.
So they got 2 more down. Basically.
Well, there's 2.5 minutes to go to halftime. Weslaco East leading 14-0 here at Bobby Lackey Stadium. The first Friday night game of the year for Weslaco East. Played all their other games on Thursday night. Oh, what happened to that snap? And here comes Rivas with a broken play again down to about the 43-yard line. That ball bounced back to him.
Right. I don't know what happened. You know, they got an experienced center in there. Jerry Hector Decanini, he's done a great job of snapping the ball the last 2 years. I didn't get a good look at that. I have no idea what happened.
That was an interesting snap, let's put it that way.
So probably puts them in punt formation.
So that's going to bring up 4th down and about 10 to 40. Now actually about the 44, 43-yard line. And Marone, the kicker, he could put him back deep with any kind of kick here. Or he might take off and run. You never know.
My little pooch kick with that he's been doing has been working. Now he's going to run
he's going to run with it. 45, 40, cuts around inside the 40 to about the 38-yard line. He's going to be short of the 1st down, but he took up a couple seconds off the clock, and I guess that's as good a place as any is to try it there.
Oh, yeah. And it lets people know you have it.
Yeah, exactly.
Now they got something else to work with.
Yeah, down the road, you're going to have to tell that side of the defense, hey, you got to keep your eyes open on punt formation.
Hawks will take over the ball on their own 38-yard line, 1st and 10, with about a minute. Yeah, 1:33 and counting down here in the first half.
I don't know if you notice who's playing corner here on the near side.
What's his number?
5.
That would be Darren Rivas.
Yep.
But remember, South will not get the ball to start the second half, so they're going to have to do whatever damage they can do right now. Oh, big tackle. Well, I thought a tackle, then broken tackle.
I was trying to tell you who was walking in, Coach.
That big hit right here off of the throw by Morton is number 5, the quarterback for Wesco East, who was a starting cornerback as a sophomore. Last 2 years been the starting quarterback.
You don't think the coach is going to tell Darren he has to work on his tackling, does he?
He probably does not work on tackling, but he does cover very well, and it's a passing situation.
Second down with under a minute to go here. Ball at the 35-yard line. And he fakes the handoff to Rodriguez. Now he's going to down the middle. He's got a passer. And like I said, all night long, I don't think Morton is on his game tonight. I mean, he's getting time. He's not being hustled to pass. He's rushed, I should say, the key word. But he's throwing the ball down the middle and just not getting it to his receiver.
I think, Terry, he's getting a little bit of pressure. And, you know, again, his receivers are covered pretty well.
3rd down at the 35-yard line as we have 50 seconds left to go to halftime. We'll get a chance to listen to the Wesco East Regiment. Wildcat Regiment under coach or director Ron Bissett.
Timeout Wesco East.
Yeah, let's take the last one. We can't go in
the third
halftime.
and final.
You don't use it, you lose it, I guess.
Yeah.
So we have less than a minute to go. Wildcats up 14-0 over the Hawks, and we've talked about this before. The Wildcats have always been our great second half team.
They make great adjustments. The kids, maybe it's the conditioning, maybe it's the weightlifting.
Didn't they outscore San Bernardino 28-0 in the second half?
Something like that,
yep.
Yes.
So
and outscored Rivera.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's no small potatoes. I mean, San Bernardino has a good team. Or mediocre to good, you know.
And Rivera played Sherryland really well last week.
Last week?
Last week. 28-7. I thought it would be much worse than that.
So here we go. The players coming back on the field here.
You know, and we went in that game. We were really shocked with how well Rivera held up against Wesco East, and then all of a sudden, you know, Wesco East broke away. But you know, coming into San Benito game the same way, we were kind of like, well, where's this team's identity?
Okay, you know, you're going to use your best people in important situations. Number 7's in the game on defense now.
Right. Lupe Marone, the one of the defensive backs. But the ball at the 35-yard line, and Morton looking things over again.
As long as you don't get somebody behind you.
He's got a receiver out in the flat and then dropped it. Intended that time for number 6, Manny Menchaca.
Yeah, and we had coverage by Eben Lopez, number 10, out there in the area.
Now, do we take over? Is that a 4th down play? Or?
That was third.
Third down, okay. But like I said, that was the Hawks' chance here in the first half. The first half defensively, to me, the most valuable players right now would be the defensive line of the Weslaco East Wildcats. They've been awesome in the first half.
They've been above expectations.
Big tackles and getting some pressure on the quarterback.
I mean, the first half of Daniel Romero, the Ox, has been great. So the punt going. Let's see if Marone will actually field it or let it go.
He had to let this one.
Oh, he's going to back off of this one. It's down inside the 20, well, about the 26 or 27. And we have time for maybe 1 or 2 plays. 35 seconds to go. The clock is going to run down a little bit. Once again, guys, great work tonight by
great people.
Yep. We got Rafael Cavazos upstairs and downstairs. We got Don Ramirez. I didn't talk to Don before the game. I assume he's down there.
He's down there.
And Val Zamora. I talked to Val.
Yeah.
And Steve Valdez upstairs. We got Julian Oliveras. We've got Darlene Gracia. We've even got Mallory Wells back this year for.
Don't forget Mario.
Valley 4 Central. Yeah, Mario Palacios is the main man on the slow-mo machine. Here comes Lupe Marone to the outside, 30-yard line. Skips a runner, still on his feet. Get out of my way. He's taking everybody down.
He lost his undershirt on
that. and then he puts a helmet to Alec Garza, number 25 once again.
He's got a thing with that Alec Garza, doesn't he?
Yeah, 25 doesn't want to see 7 anymore.
No, look at the jump there, and just boom. Now, here's where he's going to, well, here we go again. They're back and ready to go. Ball at the 48-yard line. 24 seconds to go and count down. They spike it.
20 seconds.
Stop it at 20 seconds.
They stopped it with 20. And obviously, Coach Brigette says, we got to do something else here before halftime.
He's never not trying to score.
Right, exactly.
Unless you're up by about 80 and he respects the other coach. You play this game to score. If you're and you don't know who's in the game. Might be a young kid getting a chance to carry the ball for the first time. You tell him don't score.
To complete our K-West.
Yeah. What do you want to do?
Yeah, guys, to complete our K-West staff, we got Joe Leal upstairs as well.
Hey, you forgot Joe.
Oh, the fake on the throw. Down the field is Rivas. Jay Villarreal. Yeah, Jay Villarreal. Do we have a timeout left or not?
None.
They're going to have to spike it again. 12 seconds to go. What a catch by J.R. Villarreal, number 11.
Laying out.
Was that a pass, Philly? Was that a pass? Is that what they call it?
It looks like who are these Wildcats?
12 seconds to go, and he spikes the ball again, so he's going to have time for maybe one play.
The flying Wildcats, or what's going on, Coach?
Now, is Garcia any kind of a field goal kicker? He could come in and
we're looking at about a 33-yarder from here.
That wouldn't be too bad, I don't think. I think kids at that age are pretty good at that distance.
Well, Coach, since they're throwing the ball, I mean, this would be at least one chance in the end zone.
Let me tell you what.
Oh, yeah.
Coach Brigette's got plays for just this situation. I don't know if he's got one called, but he has them.
Here we go. First down and 10. Or second down and 10 after he spiked the ball. Rivas is having a pretty good half here. Trip receivers to the near side. Rivas is going to throw into the end zone and throws it a little bit. Oh, I thought it was going to be caught. I thought it was going to be long at first, guys.
Yep. So 5 seconds.
Field goal.
Yeah, if they're getting their coaches or getting the guys together, they would have time to set up for a field goal here.
Yeah,
it's an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock. Is the kicker out there, number 26?
No, a different one, the left footer.
Okay, who is he?
I can't see his number. I don't know if it's Roel or if it's Isidro. I think it's Isidro, 61.
61, yeah.
61, okay. That would be Aaron Isidro. Snap is up, or kick is up, rather. And did he get through?
Yes,
good. How about that? And at the first half horn, Weslaco East puts 3 more on the board on a field goal, and we go to halftime with the score: the Wildcats 17 and the Hawks nothing.
good to have you back at Bobby Lashley Stadium. You have another rainy night across the island here. Like that, fans. Weslaco East, let's hear you. Hey, let's look at the forecast for tomorrow. This is going to be a lot like today. Let's take a look. We continue to keep the showers right. In fact, that is tomorrow, even rainy. By the way, before we go, big shout out to all the parents. Put those together. Win the rest of the game.